He said he was calling the DG and DG was not picking. It's not true. He didn't call the DG and he had not seen the DG. And the issues, or this particular issue, is sub judice. There are certain comments I may not make on this matter, but you also know that last time, and even now, there's nothing that Sowore needed that we don't provide him. He has been using his phone and making contacts, and even using it to mobilize people and call for violence and call for action against the Nigerian state and call for destruction of the Nigerian entity. And when you throw a stone in the marketplace, you sure would not know on whose head it will land. Sowore has family members in Nigeria who go to local markets. He has relatives. He has uncles and sisters. If you set the fire, of course, you may not know who will get the burns. In emphasis, Mr. Falana has not been to the SSS office of recent. Another variant of the story, he shot in the air, he didn't shoot at the people. But your consistent story has been that we shot people. We aimed, we shot people, and yet nobody has brought any dead person to say we killed. And we did not shoot any person. We couldn't have shot citizens that we are meant to protect. We didn't use gun on anybody. It is against our internal procedures for any staff to use gun on anyone, and we didn't do that. And what was the other side of your question? You are an investigative journalist. I put it back to you, Mr. Mutum. Who are the shorties? Mr. Mutum, please, who are the shorties? But we have said, but is it wrong? Is it wrong for, if you have stood for someone and the person is to be released, to come and take responsibility for that person? We are serving Sowore, we are serving the service, we are also serving Nigeria, and we are serving you. It is ideal that we do that. It's not out of place. It is not out of place for us to insist that administrative procedures be followed in the execution of the court order. It is not out of place that we are insisting that administrative procedures are followed and adhered to in totality in the discharge or execution of the court order. Yes, please. A lot of your colleagues, is there any wounded person here?
Pepper spray, my colleague in the office, I said to you, he's talked about partnering with the press. I sent you a text concerning my colleague was manhandled just in front of me. Pepper spray was sprayed on my eyes. And I expect you to address this.
Are you sure any person spray pepper spray? Your hammer time is approaching. Hammer time is approaching, you know, and the weather can be harsh and hazy. So, gentlemen, what was your... Mr. Siphon, please, I ask you, is it right that we bring Sowore and bring him to the gate and say, Sowore, go? If you are a reporter and your chairman has asked somebody to go and take camera from you, it is an order of your chairman, and he came to your office to take the camera, what procedures would you take? Wouldn't you document that you released the camera to him? Wouldn't you sign for you that he took the camera? What if the chairman, so these are the things we are talking about. There are procedural issues, there are processes that we have, and we have even explained this to the court. We have to say, and internationally, this is not out of place. We are a security organization. We are a responsible one for that matter. And we are operating in Nigeria. So we have to insist on global practices in the execution of our mandate. And in doing this, the administrative procedures and every other nature of process that we need to undertake and follow, we have to do that, and we must do that, and we are doing it. Yes, please.
My name is Suleiman. Beyond Sowore, there are two other prominent Nigerians with you. The retired Colonel Somebody Suki and Private Secretary. Recently, it was in the media that Colonel Somebody Suki denied the claims that he sought to remain with your custody. And then, before the field trip, medical trip of Suzuki, there was perhaps agreement with that once he returned back to the country, the trial will continue. When are you going to continue with this trial? Can you give us an update on these two personalities?
As Azaki, the court granted him leave to go to India to seek medical attention. And you followed the drama that he turned the journey to. You saw how he behaved, why he returned, and still preferred to be kept in the SSS for proper care. And while he went to India, I mean, you are all Nigerians. You saw it. You saw everything, all the episodes. Whether it's Telemundo or Nollywood, you saw it all. And Mr. Liberty will not fail to discharge our responsibilities at all times. That we are doing, and that we'll continue to do. The last question, please. No, you had asked a question. Did you come with him? No, did you come with him? Did you come with him, Paul? Paul did not come with this lawyer. No, Mr. Paul, you didn't come with this lawyer. And this is what we are talking about. Hearsay, stereotyping, profiling the DSS, and now you are hearing from us. For instance, Deji Adeyaju said that the service offered him 1 million naira not to protest. That is cheap argument. That is cheap blackmail. It doesn't stand on reason. Why? Offer him money for what? Citizens are allowed to protest, isn't it? But within the bounds of law. Citizens must also discharge their responsibility of protest within the law. There are procedures for protest. And that was not even followed in the first instance. So, but there's one clear point we have made. We said we will not join issues with anyone. And we will not. Why should we? There's no basis to join issues with anyone. And I will stand on that, but we must at all times explain our activities because democracy demands that we do that. Democracy demands that we talk to the people through you. Democracy demands that we discharge our duties responsibly, and we are doing that. So we have been seeing commentaries, bashings here and there, but does it make any sense? Now that we are being professional, does it make sense that we are dedicated to our duty? Does it make sense that people are criticizing us and calling for our heads? for insisting that the right thing be done. Like I have asked Siphon, and the analogy I drew about his camera and the directive of his boss. If someone sent you, if someone is sent by your boss to come and collect your camera from you, and even if he spoke to you, Mr. Siphon, I ask you, what should be your duty in the release of the camera? Are you not supposed to document the person, know the person who has come to take the camera? This is what we are asking for. Documentation, proper documentation, right process, right procedure, be done. And people are twisting it, bringing all manners of colorations into it, trying to either politicize it or make it look like we are stubborn, we are hesitant, we are this, we are... No, it's not. We are not. We respect rules of the court, we respect orders of the court, and we have not said, there was never a time the DG or the service said they were not going to release Sowore. There was never a time. We acknowledge, yes, we received the order. Yes, since we received it, nobody had come. And the next day, protesters besieged the place. So we should release Sowore to a mob, unknown persons, an amorphous crowd? No, of course. We have gone beyond that as a professional organization. And this is our stand. Yes, please, last question. Procedures that are necessary to be followed should be followed, and we are following such procedures. Thank you. And thank you for coming. Yes.
Or that I don't know how we return the order if they stay away from covering the protest entirely.
Well, you are saying this as if any person targeted journalists and attacked them. Nobody did. Nobody. We couldn't have molested journalists. They are our friends. A good number of you here. A good number of you here are my friends and friends of the service and Nigerians. And whatever that is a source of conflict between us can always be resolved, not in a place like this. And anything that will bring about disunity and disharmony, we will not toe such lines. We have tremendous, let me tell you something, we have tremendous respect for journalists. Any of us could have been one. We are pursuing different careers. You could have been in my place the way I could also have been a journalist. So that you are doing yours and I'm doing mine, we have to find a common ground, a point of convergence, and pursue that order and stability that Nigeria needs for good ethno-religious relationship, social harmony, and all of that. And I'm in touch with the NUJ, and whatever that are misgivings of journalists, we can always sort them out. And I call on you to continue to support us, just like we'll also... Several journalists have also called me that they have one challenge or the other concerning their safety, and we respond as quickly as we can. So the relationship should be symbiotic. There is no need for us to engage in conflicts while we are pursuing the same aim. Thank you very much and have a very good day. Thank you.